All right. So for our Neuron project, our theme was elf. So basically, yeah. Nice.
So we said the soma, which is the cell membrane. We said that was like the North Pole because it like contains everything like Christmas, I guess. And then the dendrite, which is right here, and that receives messages from the other cells. And we said that's like the post office because it receives all of the Christmas lists. And then these are the little dendritic spines, and those are like the little like receptive sites that get all the messages. And we said those were like the lists because they actually like say what they want, like they are the message. And then the axon, which is right here, and that is the talker transmits the electrical impulses from the cell body to other parts of the cell. And we said that was like the post, the mailman truck, because it like sends all of the messages to the North Pole.
And then the axon terminal button is like how Santa's sleigh releases gifts on Christmas. It releases the chemical messengers. The myelin sheath insulates the axon and makes messages easier to send, and that is like Santa's sleigh. It protects him and makes him go faster at delivering presents.
Yep.
And then the neurotransmitters, they deliver the messages. So that's like Santa on Christmas. It holds chemical messages and it delivers those messages to different neurons.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah, okay. So then the synaptic vesicle is essentially like a sack full of neurotransmitters, like as a whole. And then basically the synapse is it's the space in between the axon terminals and the dendrites of like the pre and postsynaptic neurons. And then the receptor sites would be they're right here, and they are basically where the neurotransmitters are received. And then the presynaptic neuron is right here. It's the neuron that is before. It's the one that delivers basically the message to the other one, the postsynaptic neuron.
And then these are the nucleus, and we said those were like the Santa's workshop because it's like the hub of everything, like the control center for Christmas.
Yep. And then the nodes of Ranvier are basically the little gaps in between here. There we go. The little gaps in between the chunks of myelin sheath on the axon itself. And then the action potential for the neurons is basically it happens when a sense stimulates us or a neuron gets a chemical message like from a neighboring neuron. And then
Depolarization we said was the buying and giving of gifts because it's like the sending and receiving of messages, which happens here.
The all or none principle, which that is like a neuron fires no matter what the stimulus, how strong the stimulus is. It doesn't have different strengths of firing, and that is how elves have the same amount of Christmas spirit no matter what season it is. They treat every day like Christmas. And the resting potential is the ability for a neuron to fire even when it's not firing. It always has that ability. And so that is like Walter, the dad in Elf. He has the ability to be a good father, but he doesn't.
Yep. And then reuptake is essentially when neurotransmitters, there's like an excess amount of them, so they actually go back into the axon terminals, and they're like re-taken into the terminals essentially. And yeah.